Today is July 31st, and we're standing in front of the old state capitol building, where Abraham Lincoln worked and delivered his House Divided speech. Today, our contestants are going to deliver their own version of the House Divided speech directly related to current issues today. Let's go inside and see what they have to say. Come on, guys.
What's going to happen now is we have 4 teams. Each team is going to deliver a 4-minute speech that speaks to the issue they think is the most important our nation faces today. Each person is going to speak for 1 minute on that team. It's going to be one long 4-minute speech. At the end of that speech, you, the audience, are going to decide who wins. And we've selected a prize for that team. And so we're going to begin with our first team, affirmative action.
Of the many issues dividing this nation, few are as important as the tensions stemming from our nation's cultural divide. In today's society, this is an issue that has been largely ignored. Most politicians are reluctant to discuss it, and most Americans are reluctant to hear their elected officials touch on such an issue. This is because it simply makes people uncomfortable. Nobody wants to hear that in our socially progressive American society, there are still major differences, cultural and socioeconomic, between Americans of different ethnicities. Now, diversity is something that makes the United States the great nation that it is. The fact that we all come from different backgrounds, it forces us to come together under one national roof. At the same time, however, it prevents us from developing a single, uniform sense of national identity.
Within our great nation, there are many people who, as much as we would like to say this isn't true, have been discriminated against and pushed to the fringes of society, where they are forced to form their own cultures and identities away from the majority. These divides are rooted in our past and our present. As an example, the scars of oppression are shown in the African American community. In the deplorable times of slavery, men, women, and children were separated from their families, from slave owners, because they're being sold. These acts have left a mark on the community. Today, there is an alarmingly high rate of single-parent families in the African American community. The fathers are leaving their families just like their forefathers were separated from their families. But don't misunderstand this, though. There are many more issues in society than the ones from African Americans. People of all colors and cultures share these issues. This is because society has a set standard of what is right, so people who are different are left behind. This is not meant to be racist, but because it caters to one specific group, it is inherently discriminatory.
While the general public fails to or even refuses to recognize it, cultural tensions continue to viciously scar the face of our nation. With each blithe, scathing word directed at a human of another color, with every instance of racial tension, the scars are incised deeper into the face of the nation. If we are truly to live up to our nation's creed of ensuring life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, it is essential that we work to overcome these racial barriers.
The time has come upon us in which we must reconsider and ask ourselves what it is that we can do for our country. For what kind of nation are we going to bequeath to posterity if we continue to blindly accept our cultural ignorance? It is imperative that we go back and we mold together in our nation the quicksand of cultural ignorance to become a solid rock of cultural acceptance. The year 2008 is not an end. It is a beginning in which we break free from the sustained, sweltering summer of separation, and we leap into the invigorating and exhilarating autumn, one filled with hope, one filled with compassion, and one filled with unity. As we approach the bicentennial of the Emancipator, and as we stand in the place where he sharpened his leadership skills, we must rise together to go under the umbrella of unity, where we can accept, celebrate, and embrace each other's differences. This